quick update to this video. You will hear me in this video say multiple times that we do not know the release date. That has now been changed. As I am editing this video, Sony has announced that the release date for The Last of Us Part 2 is June 19th, 2020. So it has basically been delayed about 3 weeks from the May 29th slot. June 19th, 2020 is the release date for The Last of Us Part 2. I still stick by most of the things I said, even when I said we don't know the release date. We do know now when it's coming. Now you have to survive until then to avoid the spoilers. But June 19th, 2020 is the release date for The Last of Us Part 2. Enjoy the video. Before I start this video, I do want to say that spoilers will not be included until I give a warning. So you can watch the video if you want to avoid spoilers, you can watch this video until I let you guys know, and trust me, I will give you guys clear warnings and time to click off the video. I will not be speaking about all of the spoilers in the game. If you are a major Last of Us fan, please try to just stay away from the internet and for as long as you can, which is going to be really hard until this game comes out. But again, no spoilers for the first part of this video, and then I will give a clear warning for some slight spoilers, or pretty much story development points that I'll be talking about while trying to not include some of the biggest spoilers that have been leaked out onto the internet. I have played and finished The Last of Us 6 or 7 times. I have 5 complete saved games on my PS4, and before I got my PS4 Pro, I actually had a different PS4 where I also played The Last of Us, I would think 1 or 2 times. So I'm pretty sure I've played this game 6 or 7 times front to back. That is the original Last of Us. It is my favorite game of all time. It is one of the best games I've ever played. Is the gameplay the best ever? No. There's a lot of ladders and a lot of weird puzzles that are not as engaging from a gameplay standpoint, but as an overall package, it is my favorite video game of all time and has hit me very hard in terms of the characters, the story, and it has made a big impact on my life. Which is why in 2016, when The Last of Us Part 2 was announced, I was very, very excited. However, I think we all knew back then that it would take a very long time for the game to come to light. And here we are in the year 2020 under a quarantine lockdown pretty much everywhere, wherever you are in the world, and just the year gets worse and worse. Over the last few months, Naughty Dog has been a punching bag for video game journalists and the media to take shots at, due to a Kotaku article that criticized Naughty Dog's reputation for crunch, which is not new amongst these massive gaming companies such as Naughty Dog and such as Rockstar as well. That was one major set of adversity that this game and this company had to take. Before that was the actual delay of The Last of Us from February to May due to polishing reasons, which was understood and not really that big of a deal. You could wait a little bit longer. But then came the big delay due to the coronavirus of the game being suspended and delayed indefinitely, so we do not know when the game will be finished. However, Neil Druckmann came out and said that the game is pretty much 99% finished and they just have to wait to see how they can get the game to everyone to maintain everyone has the right playing experience for them. And that has completely backfired now due to what has happened over the last few days. The game has been leaked. It's been spoiled everywhere on the internet. There are screenshots, videos everywhere going around of pivotal cutscenes and pivotal story plot points. That in itself would be really, really bad news for any game. However, it's even worse now that a lot of the people who are figuring out these leaks absolutely despise what the spoilers and the leaks are becoming. A lot of fans are angry, upset, hurt, disappointed, probably in shock, probably in pain, but also some of them are also relieved that some of this information's come out, which all sets up for the next few months of this game that we don't even know if it's when it's going to come out. It is going to be a mess of a launch for The Last of Us Part 2. The game has been spoiled, the game has been leaked. The main menu screen has been leaked as well in one of the video clips. There are about 7 or 8 video footage cutscenes going around. And now that they're around, there really is no stopping what's going to be happening from now until the game launches. This is absolutely terrible for Naughty Dog and the game for multiple of reasons. But number one is just that even if you love the game so much and you haven't read the leaks, you know they're out there. What happens when you know leaks and spoilers are out there and you don't even know when the game's coming out? The hype just dies down because you're trying not to look up for the game. If there was no leaks and no spoilers out on the internet, you would watch the trailers again. You would watch theory videos. It gets the hype of the game up. But now that it's all out there, you have to be so careful on the internet if you don't want to get hit by spoilers and you don't want to get hit by leaks, that it becomes almost impossible, especially when you don't know when the release date is. You have no idea. You have to wait a month. You have to wait 3 months, 6 months. If you have to wait till 2021, you have absolutely no idea if you are a major fan of The Last of Us and Naughty Dog's video games in their history, which makes it difficult to hype up the game. How do you market and hype up this game when it's been leaked completely? And those people who don't want to see the leaks now can't really hype themselves up for the game because they can't rewatch the trailers. They can't type in The Last of Us Part 2 on YouTube because you know there's going to be people with the thumbnails putting the spoilers in the thumbnails and the title and everything. It's going to be really, really hard to do anything to avoid the spoilers and the leaks. It's an absolute shame. It's an absolute tragedy that probably my most anticipated game of all time and a lot of your guys' most anticipated games of all time is going to be really, really, really negatively affected because of these leaks and these spoilers. Now, I can't really go further into this without talking about slight spoilers and leaks. So now, if you want to stay away, because I have seen some of the leaks myself, if you want to stay away, please click off the video now. Click off. I'll give you guys a few seconds, maybe even a minute or so. If you're not at your phone or not at your TV, if you have me muted or something, please click off of the video. I'll be talking about slight spoilers and leaks right now, covering a specific character that is in the game. So again, spoiler warning. Please click off this video if you do not want to get The Last of Us Part 2 spoiled for you, which hopefully it hasn't been spoiled for you yet. If it has, you're doing an amazing job staying away from the internet. Have you clicked off this video yet? Please click off. A few more seconds of warnings. Please click off the video. Click off now. How much times do you need me to say this? Click it off. Are you gone? Please make sure you're gone. Okay, now everyone who knows about the spoilers and the leaks, hopefully you guys sticked around so we could talk about this. There is obviously one scene that is very, very popular amongst the leaks and the spoilers that I'm not going to be talking about much because to me, it's not the real disappointment of this game. So again, hopefully you guys know which one I am talking about, but I won't be talking about it. What I want to talk about, and I do want to put a little asterisk here, is that we don't know everything about this game. What has been leaked is, yes, a lot of it's the major plot points of the story, but we don't know the full story of the game. We know the major plot points now, but we don't know the full story of the game. Has some of the surprises, some of the twists and turns been spoiled? Yes. Does that make your viewing experience or playing experience much worse? Yes, most likely. However, what I do want to talk about is the core themes and the core basically beliefs of The Last of Us. Why so many people love The Last of Us as a franchise, as a video game, and now love The Last of Us Part 2. There are so many people out there with Ellie tattoos and Joel fan art and Ellie fan art, and there's just so much out there, fan art everywhere, that even Naughty Dog themselves share on a daily basis on their Twitter and their Instagram accounts. So many people view Joel and Ellie as protagonists, as heroes. And yes, Neil Druckmann most of the time has said, well, is Joel a hero? We leave that up for interpretation. Are these characters protagonists? That's what they want to ask you. What has happened over the last 2 years is, yes, Joel is a protagonist in a lot of people's eyes. Yes, especially Ellie is a protagonist in a lot of people's eyes. A lot of people have looked up to Ellie as a symbol, as a hero, as that special someone not within their family that they look up to because they want to be like them or they inspire themselves. And a lot of girls who love Ellie, they're inspired by her, and so many people just love the story of Joel and Ellie. And so many times the game has said that The Last of Us, and Neil Druckmann has said this too, The Last of Us is about Joel and Ellie. It's about these two people, their connection, their journey. That's what made The Last of Us so great, was Joel and Ellie's journey and their story. And here's where the leaks and the spoilers I have a big problem with. So apparently, in this game, you are not playing as Ellie for half of it. In the original Last of Us, you played as Joel for most of the game before you switched over to Ellie and then back to Joel. Key point was you're always with Joel and Ellie. There are side characters, there are other subplots, but Joel and Ellie, you focus on their journey. According to the leaks and spoilers, and again, I don't know if this is 100% true. It is very, very likely, because of most of the leaks that have been out, there's video proof and screenshots and proof that this is real and legit. This specific leak/spoiler, we don't know if it is fully legit. There is a screenshot going around of the game's code and how it breaks down the specific parts of the game. And in the game, there is a certain character named Abby. This character a lot of people thought was going to be Anna, which is Ellie's mother, because when the game was first announced, they said this character, and they didn't release the name, but they put 4 little letter spots, and everyone thought Anna. It would be Ellie's mom. But the twist is that this character is not Anna, this character is Abby. Now, we don't know the history on Abby, but apparently, according to the leaks, is that Abby is the daughter or the child of one of the doctors that Joel apparently killed in The Last of Us. Now, why I don't think this leak could be true is because, one, you didn't have to kill the doctors in The Last of Us. Those doctors can still be alive, because as you go in with Joel into the doctor room, you don't have to kill the doctors. You can kill the doctors, but you don't have to kill the doctors when you're saving Ellie. So for this child to be so angry that, maybe her parents died, I don't think that's true. I think she could be part of the Firefly faction, but I don't think it's the point in the leak where it says, oh, this person, her parents died or was a child of one of the doctors. I don't think that's true. What angers me is in this game, apparently, according to the leak, you play half of it as Ellie and then half of it as Abby. And I know we haven't seen the full game. We haven't played that first half with Ellie, so we don't know much about Abby. But that's why this game is going to be so disappointing for so much, because it's been spoiled for so many people. And now that when you look at just the plot points, right, and you say, okay, according to the leak, I'm going to be playing as someone other than Joel and Ellie for half of the game, including maybe the final boss fight, that becomes a very, very big problem. Because again, The Last of Us is about Joel and Ellie. I do not want to be playing as anybody else for over half of the game other than Joel or Ellie. And according to the leaks and the spoilers, apparently half of the game you play as this character named Abby. And apparently, again, this is not 100% confirmed, not 100% proven, because there's no footage or no gameplay footage of you playing as Abby. But apparently, as Abby, you are hunting down Ellie. And then that's what and as Ellie goes on her killing spree of killing multiple people, you as Abby then hunt down Ellie, which is just a slap in the face to the original game, to all the fans of the franchise, to Joel and Ellie, because that's not what The Last of Us is. The Last of Us is about the journey between Joel and Ellie. Even if that specific plot point that happened earlier in the game, according to the leaks, happens, why am I not playing as Ellie throughout the entire game? It does not make sense. Maybe there are plot points that explain this, or maybe Neil Druckmann's trying to get us to see something. Again, because of the spoilers, it just ruins so much of the hype. That's what's going to make this game one of the greatest disappointments in gaming history. All the hype is gone. All we have is question marks for people who didn't get the game spoiled for them. They have to try so hard until the game comes out not to look up anything, which is going to be nearly impossible. And for the fact that so many people have already gotten it spoiled for them, and the plot points and the scenes that happen in the game are so disheartening and so heartbreaking to so many people of the original game, that there's no way to look at it and think to yourself, oh, this makes sense, or this is cool, this is something I want to play. It sounds so disrespectful. That's the key word. It sounds so disrespectful to the two main characters, Joel and Ellie. And then on top of that, for the leak to point out that for half of the game, when you see the code of the game, that apparently half of the game you might be playing as someone other than Joel and Ellie, is straight up disrespect to what this franchise is. I'm going to end it by saying, hopefully, I am pleading that part of the spoilers or the leaks is not true. I am hoping that I do not have to spend half the game not playing as Joel or Ellie. If I do, that's going to be a massive problem. It's also going to be false marketing, because I was told from these guys that we were all told that we will be playing as Ellie. And that makes sense. Hopefully we could play as Ellie for most of the game. But if what the leaks and the spoilers are true, it's just not going to be a fun ride. I see a lot of bad things in the future for this game. The launch is already a mess. Whenever this game comes out, it's going to be a mess. If the story is true and this is what happens, a lot of people will not purchase this game. There are thousands of people right now I've seen who are canceling their pre-orders. That means when this game is going to be remastered for PS5, no one's going to go. A lot of the fans of the original game are not going to go after that. It's almost very similar to what happened to Game of Thrones Season 8, where Game of Thrones had so many spin-offs and so much hype, and someone was so excited for the Game of Thrones finale, and it all came to a crashing end because the writers did not care to end the series the right way. All those spin-offs, all those sequels, all that hype for Game of Thrones just died. Millions of dollars, millions of fans just dead as soon as that season came out. And something very likely can happen to The Last of Us. So many fans of this game, so many fans of this company, this franchise, The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2, it can all be gone in an instant if so many people are very frustrated with the game. People are frustrated with the game being leaked, spoiled for them. They can't run away from it because it's all over the internet now. Anywhere you go, it's all over the place. And to the point where the game, as this is being leaked, it doesn't even have a release date. You don't know when it's coming. There's no communication from Naughty Dog, no communication from Neil Druckmann, anyone from Sony even. There's nothing happening as of now. This game will be one of the biggest disappointments in gaming history. It could still be a great game. I still expect the gameplay to be great. However, the story has been spoiled. The launch of the game has been spoiled. Gotta point out, not because of Naughty Dog's fault, but Sony having a delay because of the coronavirus. Since that has happened, so many things have happened. The crunch culture at Naughty Dog being called out. Apparently, employees being very upset. It's an absolute mess, and one of the most hyped games of all time, the most hyped game in PS4's history and Sony's history, is now going to be pretty much destroyed due to this news. What do you guys think? If you guys have stuck around for this entire video, then you probably already do know about the spoilers and you do know about the leaks. I want to say comment down below, but also be respectful, please. Again, I told a lot of people to click off of this video, so do not leave spoilers in the comments below. You can give your opinions about what is happening. Are you happy, upset? But please, no specific spoilers out of respect for those people who are watching this video at the beginning that did not have the game spoiled for them and just wanted to see what this video was about. I'm just as disappointed as you guys are. Honestly, this is not fun for me. I was waiting so long for this game. I was so excited for this game. And then over the last few days, I was feeling a little bit less hype. And then this happened this morning, and it's really sad to see. I'm hoping some of the leaks aren't true, but it looks like a lot of them are. And my most hyped game is really not hyped anymore, and it looks like it's going to be a major disappointment. So that's really unfortunate. I'll see you guys later. Hope you're having a great day. Peace out.